Hey, good morning, everybody. Gypsy Fox. First day in a very long time that I didn't have a headache like at a level 10. So I decided to make a video. Alan Watt was discussing in his talks a long time ago. He was telling people that I wouldn't throw away your typewriters and like your printing press machines or your pens and your paper, because eventually they're going to pull the plug on the internet and nobody's going to have any way of communicating with each other or to put out information to try to wake people up. And so he was warning people that there is going to come a time when you are going to need all of the old school equipment that has been replaced with computers and cell phones and stuff. So for the 0.00001% of decent, good people that are awake and that are trying to do the right thing for humanity, we're to the point now to where they're going to cut off any way for people like you and I to put information out there. And so it may come down to the point to where you're going to have to take paper and a pen and write your messages and your information on a piece of paper and hand it off to somebody, hoping that they read it and wake up from it. So that is where we're at with everything. I'm watching somebody's video right now, and they're talking about demonic possession in psychopaths. Alan Watt mentioned this, and I thought it was interesting. And I also read it, or I heard Father Malachi Martin talk about it. He was an exorcist, he's done thousands of exorcisms. Alan Watt and Malachi Martin, I think Alan Watt got this information from Malachi Martin. But anyways, they were saying that like if you take psychopath from a secular viewpoint, like if you take a book on psychology about psychopaths, and then you take a religious perspective in like a book on exorcisms of a demonically possessed person, a psychopath and a demonically possessed person, if you take a psychiatrist and you take a priest who does exorcisms, they will give you the definition of psychopath, demonically possessed person, and they're identical. The signs and symptoms are identical. And Alan was saying it was interesting because we call psychopaths, like that's like a more secular perspective, a more scientific, like, oh, he's a psychopath. And then somebody who believes in demonic possession would say, no, that's a demonically possessed person. And if you took the books and the information and the professionals that deal with these dualities, they'll give you the signs and symptoms and they match. So I thought that was interesting. And then no matter what they do, no matter what they do to us, like no matter how crazy they try to, no matter how evil and draconian and totalitarian and communist the stuff is they try to put out and make us follow, it doesn't work unless the people, the masses, the majority, unless they enforce it. And I see it every day out in the world, and just even with people that I have known throughout my life, no matter how evil this stuff is that they try to bestow upon us and make us follow, it's only powerful if the people, the regular people, enforce it and push it on everybody else. And you got to know, if you are awake and you're a decent person and you don't like the stuff, the transition in the communism that's being bestowed upon us, you got to always keep it in the back of your mind that the majority of the people in the world want that. Even if it makes them suffer, these are bad people and they prefer to see everybody else under some sort of control, to where people can yell at you to do certain things that they otherwise wouldn't have the power to do. So just remember that the majority of the people in and around you, I don't care if it's black people, I don't care if it's white people, I don't care if it's brown people, Jews, Muslims, Christians, Catholics, atheists, human beings, the majority of them, want to have everything to where it's terrible and rotten and disgusting and evil, and they will make you follow those things, those evil, rotten, disgusting rules and regulations that are now being foisted upon us, because they enjoy, the majority of the people enjoy seeing people in and around them suffer. Don't forget that. Everybody that you see out there pushing all this stuff on you, whether it's a store person or a doctor or a cop or a judge or your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, a painter, a plumber, all the people in regular society, they want you miserable. They want you to suffer, and they have no problem at all with all of this evil stuff that's coming in right now. So does that mean that the majority of the people in the world are evil? I don't know. It's definitely something to think about and ponder over. But I see it every day. Every day I have interactions with the lowest people on the totem pole, which I'm one of those people. Like if I go in to get a cup of hot water from Starbucks, people look at me with total disgust and anger and hatred because I want a cup of water, hot water. And I look at these people and it's like, man, these people want to kill me, you know? And these are the people that if these kind of people didn't exist, all of the evil that is happening now and that has happened in the past and that is going to happen in the future couldn't have happened without their participation and power in pushing this forward on decent people. Remember, the good guys are outnumbered probably 10 million to 1. And so if you do the math on 800 billion people, that's those are some pretty drastic odds. So just keep that in the back of your mind, that the people in and around you, whatever part of the totem pole you are on, want you to suffer, and they want bad things to happen to you. I don't know why. It's strange to me. I was thinking back when I was younger, the only time I ever got into trouble or had something bad happen to me, it was because of like somebody related to me or a friend of mine telling on me or like stabbing me in the back. And I was thinking, like, even my own family are in on, you know, wanting everybody to suffer and be miserable and have bad things happen to them. So always keep that in the back of your mind. And then another thing, the Koof 91, you know, that thing that rolled out on us in 2020. And I'm trying to explain to you the mindset of a normie. There is a quarter. There's a quarter, like an American quarter that you use to purchase things, that came out in 2020 with a bat on the back, a bat, B-A-T, like a bat, you know, like a vampire bat. And supposedly at the very beginning of the Koof 91 fiasco, they said it came from a bat in the Wu-Tang Clan facility. I'm saying this in code so the algorithms and AI don't kick the video off. So the Koof 91 came from a bat, a vampire bat, in the Wu-Tang lab. And that's how everybody got infected with it. But I was showing a normie that it's all a big psyop, and they do things to mock their victims. And they do it in indirect and direct ways. And I showed them indirectly how they're mocking the masses with the whole Koof 91 fiasco. And how, like, so what they did is they took a quarter and they put a bat on the back of it. It's a 2020 quarter. You've seen them. And that is a way to mock everybody. And I said to the normie, I said, so you're telling me that when they put this bat on this quarter in 2022, it was just a coincidence that the whole Koof 91 supposedly came from a bat in the Wu-Tang lab? You think that's a coincidence. And they looked at the quarter with the bat on it and they go, yeah, I don't see anything weird with that. So that's the mindset of the majority. And it doesn't matter what race, religion, culture, or color they are. Everybody, the majority of the people are gone. Psychopaths, demonically possessed, I don't know. Maybe. But what we're coming into, when they pull the plug on everything, just remember that paper and pen and keeping your mouth closed and not talking to the majority of the people is what is going to help preserve you and get you through all of this. Just remember, the people that are nearest to you, whether it's your relatives or your friends or the people generally around you, that's where your trouble is going to come from. Those are the people that are going to try to put you in a re-education camp. Those are the people that are going to do things that are going to put you and your family in harm's way. So, and I make this mistake all the time. Stop treating normies, which are the majority of the people in the world, like human beings. They are not human beings. The majority of the people in the world, it could be your mom or your dad. Trust me, they are not human beings. Do not talk to them like they are human beings. Do not have compassion or empathy for them like they are human beings. Because once you do that, once you engage with these non-human entities that we call the normie, they will turn on you and they will put your life in jeopardy, in danger. What's happening and what is going to happen, we're going to have to go through it and sort things out as it happens and pick up the pieces when it's all said and done. But you'll see at the end of the road that the biggest problem wasn't law enforcement and the military and the justice system and all these evil entities that exist to create all this nightmarish utopian Orwellian society that they created. It's the people, the masses, the average person that works in this gas station or this gym or that is Uncle Bob or whoever. Those are the people that are most dangerous to you. Don't forget that. Thank you.